Hello world. So this is Ben here talking. I'll be showing you this magazine I got. Actually a catalog from 1984 from Radio Shack, and I got that from a lady. She's getting rid of many things, and it's really in perfect shape here. It's interesting to go through those old catalogs of the time. So here you can see Radio Shack, a division of Tandy Corporation. Look at those old pictures. Just amazing. It brings you back in the past just looking at those pictures. So I was actually very young when in 1984. So I really didn't play much with those computers, although I have one compact portable computer. I don't have it here currently, but I'll be showing that in the future. So let's have a quick look here. What's inside this magazine? So there's many things. I don't know if there's any. Yeah, you see some pricing here. So you see here it's written $2,700 for model 4P. Come with Microsoft Basic. So that's these were high prices back in time. Look at that. $7,000. Wow, just amazing. It's a TRS-80 model. You see it's a Radio Shack brand there. You can see Radio Shack. So many different models available. Upgrades. If you want to give a pause and check the pricing, it's really interesting to see that. I think that with inflation, those prices are just through the roof. And they were doing some graphics here. I think 1984 was still very basic in terms of what would have for graphics. I don't know if you were using any of those computers back in time. I know my father would bring some computers home. He was working in on some cities, and they would provide the computers. So I was lucky enough to learn basic programming when I was young, using those early computers. I probably started that around 5 years old or so, and I moved on to QBasic eventually, and then Visual Basic. As a side note, I just opened a Visual Basic 6 box, another video if you want to look at what's inside the content of the box. And it's a project I'm working on. I'll be using Visual Basic. Actually, I started the project, and I'm back in programming Visual Basic 6. It's really cool. I'm using a lot of Windows API now. Back in time, I would not have all this knowledge, but now today you can do pretty much anything you want with Visual Basic. So look at that. This is interesting. Cassette games for Model 4. Look at that. That's an amazing computer. So what kind of games you got? Well, you got those kind of card games here. You have pinball. I don't recall this one, although I've seen some similar looking games. Flyer Saucer. And look at that. I think back in time, what they were very good at is creating those cover art for the boxes of games. So you would really imagine that you were playing those amazing graphic when in fact the graphic were so simple. But the gameplay was usually addictive, and that's why it was so successful. I played Montezuma Revenge game. I played so many. Big Top. I don't know if any one of you remember that game, Big Top. I spent so many hours playing that. I played summer and winter games. This was probably a little bit later on, but still. Look at that. What is that? Portable data terminal. So it's kind of it prints also. Just amazing stuff. Look at that. This equipment for old phones. Graphic peripheral. some early color tablet input. Looks like something that Sierra was using to do their first graphical games. I read the book of Ken Williams. It was very interesting to see how they would just kind of created an early version of a input system for bringing graphics into games. Lots of printers. Printers were the big thing. And you can smell the paper. It's really, you can smell that this has a living. But look at that, the pages are perfect. There's nothing that shows really age in this magazine that's more than how many years? 40 years old. Look at that. And Radio Shack Education Division. Math series. If anyone had used those software, let me know in the comments. Just amazing stuff here. That's one thing I kind of miss from back in the days, is that there were so many educational stuff that was really well done. Nothing like today's online stuff. Okay, here it's written, learn to program with basic language instruction. So you had classroom package, you had a introduction to basic. How much was that? So you would pay actually 200, 300 TRS-80. So many interesting stuff and pictures of the guys. This was a thing of in that time you would just put the picture of the programmer or the lead guy. So yes, getting computer in school was important in that time. And you got the TRS-80 here with amazing graphics and super powerful color computer. Drive for the computer. This software. Learn with look at that, learn. So you had already the Math Adventure Mickey Mouse here. Probe. So you had some really cool games already. Looks nice. I'm a fan of those old games. I've been buying some old DOS games, earlier DOS games for educational content for my kids, and I'm just amazed at the quality and the content. I'll do some videos eventually. I'm trying to get something working to get screen capture of those old games. I'll be putting that online as well, just for fun. And then you had, of course, calculators. Who didn't like to look at all those calculators in Radio Shack catalogs? I know I did, although I was never someone that used any more than the usual basic function of calculator. But so all kind of things, barcode reader. You could see that this is a pretty complete catalog. Prices are really something though. You needed a lot of money to buy whatever you wanted there at that time. But it was early, and you were the first one to have those things. So this is for our Canadian version here. So very interesting. I hope you like going through this Radio Shack catalog. And if you're interested in more retro content, you can subscribe to my channel. I will be also posting videos about Visual Basic. I've been working on this project that's been ongoing for a couple of weeks now. So soon I'll have a first version to show you. So if you're interested, subscribe, and thanks for watching.